usually do. We're going to have a more interactive session, and it's going to encourage us to open up to what we call authentic networking and getting beneath the layers that we often as individuals put up. Prabha Srinivasan is an inner-life coach who enables women to honour and enrich their inner lives, which then enables their success in the outer world, namely business, relationships and health. Prabha is the founder of Shift Inside, a business dedicated to helping women successfully turn their passion or idea into a real business with financial returns. Prabha is going to speak to us about building authentic networks and where we as individuals actually connect from. Prabha is going to take us through an exercise to practice connecting authentically with someone without coming across as either pushy or shy, which is something that a lot of us actually worry about. Also, rather than normal question time today, we're actually going to have an interactive, we will have some questions, but it'll be more of a bit of a discussion. So I'd like you to all welcome Prabha.
Good afternoon. What a lovely meal. Thank you for being here, everyone, and thank you for the organisers for inviting me along to talk today. I'd like to talk about building authentic connections, and this is a topic I'm passionate about and something that I find really useful, and it's an honour to be here today to be able to share this with all of you. So when I say authentic connections, what do I mean? Is being able to go through the layers and actually go deeper and connect with someone where we resonate with them, to get to see who they really are beyond the layers and show them who we really are, the real us, underneath all these layers that we put on. So that's the authentic connections we're going to talk about today. Can you hear me? Okay? Yeah. So to give you a little bit of an idea of why this topic is something that's close to my heart, I want to tell you a little story. So going back 10 years from now, I was in Sydney and I was working for one of the best organisations you can start your career with, which is Australian Institute of Management. And most of you would know it's amazing because you get to do all the training, all the networking for free. And I went, whoa, yeah, hey. So as a very keen startup, starting my career, I thought, I'm going to sign up to every single networking event, and this is it, I'm going to do it. So I did that. I signed up to all the networking events, I did all my training, and when the networking event comes up, I would go, be really excited, I'd go there, and these wonderful speakers would come and talk to us about, things that they're passionate about, with all the confidence, and I would be taken back with what they're presenting. It would be so wonderful. But right after that, something awkward happened, really awkward. So they finished their speech, and then we'd be asked to go get a plate of food and walk around to talk to all the strangers in the room. And so that's what we did. So we went and got a bit of food and walked around. Although we did all the usual stuff, like we exchanged business cards, we talked about our roles, we talked about family and where we live and all of that, but it never got deeper than that. Most of the conversations just stayed there and that was it. And it really made me cringe somewhere, thinking, is it ever going to be better than this? Am I ever going to be able to share with people who I really am, outside the roles and family and everything else? And at this point in time, my life changed for good, forever. And this is when I met a colleague who was an NLP practitioner. And he started talking to me about NLP. And NLP is neuro-linguistic programming, for those of you who haven't heard. It is study of behaviors, what drives the behaviors, and how language has an influence on that. And we started having coffee conversations, talking about all the different topics of NLP. And one day, the conversation just went into building rapport with people. And at that point in time, I felt really good connecting with people. If it was just one person, I was okay. But if it was a group, then I wouldn't know what to talk about. So this really helped me at that time, and I want to share this with you, this rapport building model that he shared with me that day, which really changed things for me, so that you can start using it or maybe share it with someone who's new to this. There it is. So, building blocks of rapport. So when you meet someone newly, what do you talk about, right? So you start off, you go through this model, and you can test this with a friend or a family member and see how comfortable you feel, and you may have to change this for yourself, just tweak it here and there, but this is the basic framework, right? So we're going to go with the environment first. So we talk about what a lovely room we have. Such good breeze coming through. Wow, what a scenery we have outside. And that gives the person, and enables them to talk about other things that they like about this surrounding. Then we gently go into behaviors. Wow, I love how you put your clothes and jewelry together. Or I love that, necklace on you. And then that person might start talking about how, something really important for them, a piece of jewelry that maybe they made themselves, things like that might come up. And then you go into capabilities and skills. Sorry, I think I did that the other way. So behaviors would be, do you come here often? Or, is this my first time? Have you been here before? Things like that. And then, you're wondering what I'm doing. And then you go into the capabilities and skills, which is about, things people are good at, or saying things like, wow, you look so organized. And then it gives them the opportunity to, start talking about something when somebody's playing. And then you go, when the conversation progresses nicely, you slowly then go on to deeper topics like beliefs and values. And you could say things like, I think it's really important to dress up and present yourself nicely. It makes it easy for people to give you their attention and focus on you. Things like that. And then you go on to identity, which is even deeper, which is, for example, I could say, I grew up in India, and the way we dressed was so different there. When I moved here, I had to learn it all again. And I think it really impacted my life, and I learned a lot from it. So this is about identity, who you are, deeper than these layers, right? And then you go into the biggies, which is vision and mission, what you want to do with your life. And you could say things like, one day I'd like to write a book about that, or start a blog, or build a business. And that goes really deeper. And when you go to this, of course, not all conversations are going to go so deep, and that's okay. Some of them will just, the first or second level, and that's all you get to talk to that person, but that's okay. What we're looking for is to connect with the person who is there, who is in the right mindset and resonating with you, to have those tools as a backup. We're not looking at connecting with every single person in the room, because you'll go exhausted if you try to do that. So some conversations have the potential to go all the way, and some of them won't go all the way, and that's okay. But at least you have that as a backup to fall back on. So I would encourage you to practice this with a friend or a family member, so that it doesn't feel so awkward when you're doing it. It just becomes a part of you. It becomes natural, and you don't have to think about it. It just happens. So this is one of the tools that really changed my life from how I was as I started my career. And as I progressed, there are other tools that I've found to be really